world today. The police in Germany have dismissed rumors that a line controller turned off an automatic safety system shortly before two passenger trains collided in Bavaria, Germany. 10 people were killed and scores more were injured after the crash. An unconfirmed report suggests that an automatic braking system had been switched off to allow one of the trains to make up time, but a police spokesman rejected the theory as pure speculations. The braking system, which is supposed to kick in when a train runs through a red light, was installed after a 2011 disaster at Magdeburg, in which 10 people died. Human error is still being investigated as a possible cause of the disaster. The United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon has sent his condolences to the families of those killed and injured by a devastating earthquake which struck Taiwan on Saturday. Stefan Dujarric, spokesperson for the UN Secretary General, also says the UN Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs has been in touch with relevant authorities on the island, but no request for international support has been made so far. The 6.4 magnitude quake hit Kaohsiung City on Saturday, just 2 days ahead of the traditional Lunar New Year. At least 46 people died.
China, which reportedly killed close to 100 people. The Secretary General expresses his sympathies to all those affected, especially the loved ones of those who have lost their lives. The Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs has been in touch with the relevant authorities on the island, but no request for international support has been made.
Let's turn our attention to U.S. politics now. Just as the polls predicted, Republican Donald Trump and Democrat Bernie Sanders have won decisive victories in the New Hampshire primary. Ohio Governor John Kasich came second in the Republican vote, with former Florida Governor Jeb Bush, Texas Senator Ted Cruz, and Florida Senator Marco Rubio all vying for third place. In the Democratic race, Senator Bernie Sanders, who beat rival Hillary Clinton by a huge margin, says his victory shows people want real change. The result gives momentum to the winners ahead of the next contest in South Carolina and Nevada. We apologize for the bad audio, but in the meantime, Republican presidential candidate Ted Cruz, who won the Iowa caucus, has congratulated his opponents Donald Trump and John Kasich, who finished ahead of him. Cruz told his supporters that real winners of the vote are the conservative grassroots.
Now, I want to congratulate Donald Trump on an impressive win tonight. And John Kasich had a good night tonight. But the real winner is the conservative grassroots. Who propelled us to an outright victory in Iowa and to a far stronger result and outcome in New Hampshire than anyone had predicted. And so now on to South Carolina, on to Nevada, on to Super Tuesday. We've put Washington on the run. And tonight's outcome is a victory for we the people.
And here is what Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton, who lost yesterday in New Hampshire, has to say about her loss. Well, she also congratulated rival Bernie Sanders after Bernie Sanders won the primary. Sanders, a senator from Vermont who describes himself as a democratic socialist, has called for eradicating income inequality, breaking up the big banks, and providing free college tuition. During her speech, Clinton defended her progressive stances and vowed to be the candidate who fixes problems and not just states them.
What we'd have done this. I don't know what we'd have done tonight if we'd actually won. This is a pretty exciting event, and I'm very grateful to all of you. I want to begin by congratulating Senator Sanders on his victory tonight, and I want to thank each and every one of you. And I want to say, I still love New Hampshire, and I always will.
What a way to lose. Now let's bring in VOA's Catherine Gibson to give us the latest. She's been monitoring this, the progress so far in New Hampshire. Thank you so much for speaking to us on The World Today.
You're very welcome. Glad to be here.
Fantastic. Now, would you say you were surprised at the result yesterday, though the poll said it, but you know what it is with the poll. Sometimes it's right, sometimes it isn't exactly right.
That's very true. The polls were very right this time. You know, Donald Trump was showing in the lead for a couple of days leading up to the primary day. And of course, last night we saw that he had a commanding lead when the polls finally closed. He won by about 35%. His closest competitor, Ohio Governor John Kasich, had about 16% of the vote. So really what happened here is that the Republican field is clearly divided amongst a number of candidates, and Donald Trump took advantage of that.
You know, Kasich has put a lot in New Hampshire, and a lot of people were expecting that at least he will top the chart, if anything at all. What do you think happened, and how did Donald Trump get so high on the chart?
You know, Donald Trump is an incredibly effective communicator. He's really speaking to the people in the United States about this feeling, this anti-establishment feeling with the anger against the government, the feeling that the system is rigged against them, the economy, the jobs, the issues with immigration and ISIS. There are all of these concerns, and somehow Donald Trump is able to tap into those feelings in the electorate and tell them that he has the solutions.
Right. So let's talk quickly about Hillary and Bernie Sanders. By a huge margin?
I'm sorry?
I mean, Hillary lost to Bernie Sanders by a huge margin. What went wrong?
Yes. Well, you know, Bernie Sanders is a senator in the neighboring state of Vermont. All of the people up here in the Northern New England region they know his work, they're familiar with him. So this was really playing in his neighborhood, whereas it wasn't really playing to Hillary Clinton's strengths. She's going to be moving to South Carolina next. She has an African-American electorate there, female. That will play much better to her strengths. So the real question will be, can Bernie Sanders win in South Carolina?
Well, can he? Well, what's going to work for him if he ever gets to that close again?
He really needs to appeal to a broader electorate when he heads to South Carolina. He needs to broaden his message. He needs to go beyond that young group of voters that are really his stronghold and appeal across a wide group of demographics. If he can do that, then he can really give Hillary Clinton a run for her money.
Right. Catherine Gibson, thank you so much for speaking to us on The World Today. You can continue to keep an eye on the progress for us, and we will be with you subsequently. Thank you so much. Let's take a break on The World Today. The people of Haiti brush aside their political woes to celebrate Carnival. That's in just a moment, so stay with us.